The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was my laminating machine. Now this is my laminating machine and this is a cutter. Now the reason for this is it hasn't actually got anything to do with the layout as such, but it's got something to do with the various magazines that we all buy from the news agents, whether it be Model Rail, Hornby, British Railway Modelling or any others. And we end up buying a magazine like this, and this is it as an original copy, and we start flicking through it, and then you finish with it, and then it just sort of sits there and builds up, and before you know it you've got a huge collection of magazines with various bits and pieces that you were interested in, but some of the stuff that was in it you weren't that overly interested in. Now what I've decided to do is this is what I've done, and this is my thick library, catalogue library, all the way top to bottom, where what I've done is all these magazines that I have, once I've finished reading them, and it may be a month or two before I start just going through them, and what I do is I'll start ripping them to pieces and taking out the relevant information that I think that is useful to me, and then I will turn it into a laminated copy, which is just a paper copy. Now obviously I'm into the modern image era, so all of this stuff is to do with modern image, getting ideas, inspiration, track plans, also stuff like practical BRM and stuff like that, where you know you want to create things, and basically you've basically got a laminated copy, so if you get it wet or anything like that it doesn't really matter too much, but it's actually for reference. And whereas this looks like quite a lot, but the thing being, this is probably, I don't know, many copies, 50 maybe, I don't know how many copies of these various magazines that's just been taken out the various bits and pieces, so it's not wasted. And then the rest of it can either be recycled or even used on your layout if you wanted to, just to scrunch it up to create various bits of scenery. So it does get use out of it, and I just think it's a good way of doing it. Now the laminating itself, when I bought it, came with this cutter, and that was about 20 quid I think it was at the time. The laminating sheets I get from Wilko's because they're very cheap, and it's about £1.50 for a pack of 25, and obviously there's more than 25 pages here, but like I said, this is all useful and relevant information which can be kept for the later date. So that's the last bit that I wanted to show you. Now I just wanted to give you a layout update, which I will do shortly, so bear with me 1 minute. And the layout update is a very short, simple one, which is the introduction of this platform just here, and as you can see it's basically two sides. Now the point of this one here will be to do with the Royal Mail or the parcel service that I will have, where on this side we'll have the passengers and whatnot, and that side of it, whereas on this side there'll be a parcel section where it's going to be pallets of luggage and things like that, and baggage carts and all the rest of it. So this side is going to be specifically for the parcel side. The other thing I've done, which is under here, is I've also embedded these two down in columns into that piece of MDF, which again makes it sit better and look like it's part of the layout. So that makes it more realistic, as opposed to it just being sort of plonked on top, as it were. The next section that I've done as far as the layout is concerned is none of it's been screwed in as yet, so I'm just going to take the top off so I can show you. The top just basically sits on the top there. It hasn't been screwed in as yet, bear with me a second. The other thing I've done here is I've created these ends here, so it doesn't go straight, just to create a bit of depth, and also the buffers have been cut, so the back part of the buffers has been sliced off, and that's almost like it's bedded into the back there. Also this back wall's got a bit of depth. Now what's going to happen is all of this is going to be cladded in plastic card, probably brickwork, and on the back here there will be, I managed to find, this is something else, as another top tip, if you're looking for images, just go on Google. Sometimes you can find them for free, and I've managed to find for free on Google Images, a bit of a parcels kind of booking office, which I'm going to put on here. And to create that effect of depth, like behind this wall, there is actually a parcels office, and then that will lead on to obviously the parcels platform with all the baggage carts. And like I said, all these columns have been embedded in, and again, this is a perfect reason for using the corded drill and the flat bits, because if I don't know if this one, we'll see if there's one that's quite easy to take out, and I could show you. I think actually these ones are screwed in. I'm not sure about these ones. No, that one isn't. And as you can see, it's got that depth to it, and that was using the corded drill and the flat drill. I think it's called a spade or something like that. And like I said, if you try using a cordless drill for doing this, you probably could do it, but it'd probably take a lot longer, and you probably wouldn't get as much done. So that's the reason for using a corded drill for something like this. And again, it just perfectly sits in there. Then obviously you can just line it up like I do, and then after it's great. I mean, I'm very happy with what's been done. So that's me done. Hopefully it hasn't been too long and too laborious for you, but I just thought I should show you, I would show you what I've done and the tools that I've used to work on my layout, because it's, sometimes people kind of do wonder, oh, I wonder how this was done or how this was created. And as you can see, the top is just, like I said, I haven't done any scenery work or anything like that, because I'm still toying with what's going to be done. I think one of my little projects for the week, because I've got a couple of weeks off soon, one of them is going to be, as you can see, will probably be to do with my footbridge. Now I've got an idea of what I could do with it, and I'm thinking of putting a little kiosk inside here, and then flip the plastic card as if the kiosk is actually part of the footbridge, so you sort of conceal the footbridge, as it were, and maybe one on the other side too. So I think that might be another one little project to do over the next few weeks, and it's not too expensive, as I'm always trying to be money conscious and trying to do my layout on the budget. So I hope some of this information has helped you. I will probably leave you with the departure of my 47-535 University of Leicester as it goes trundling away. Let's see if I'm right. And it's off. So bye for now, thanks for watching, and feel free to comment and subscribe. Bye for now.